If you haven't subscribed already, make sure that you do so you get all of my future uploads. As I said, I'm going to be uploading my acupuncture journey, my health journey, my keto journey, my weight loss journey, and also all of my other updates, my vlogs. You'll see Austin and Declan, you'll see Pickles and Seth in my videos more often. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who may not know me or are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Amy and I am from Brisbane, Australia. So today I thought that I would do a little bit of a chit chat get ready with me. I am about to head off to work for an afternoon shift, so I thought I have to get ready. I may as well film it, and I have a few things that I want to talk to you guys about. But before we get into this video, of course, make sure that you give it a thumbs up if you do like videos like this. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe down below and click the notification bell so you get all future videos. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna put my hair up just a little bit like that. Now I've already cleaned my face and put moisturizer on. I use the Sukin skincare range in the sensitive line, which is the pink label. I hope that the lighting is good in this room. I have actually filmed 2 of these types of videos and the lighting has been so bad. I don't know if it's the days that I'm choosing or the sun just isn't hitting my house in the right direction, but I'm currently in Austin's room. It's a little bit of a mess because I'm actually redoing it. That will be up on my channel as well. So I thought that I would sit in here. It's a really nice day, but the only light that's coming into the house is in Austin's room. Alrighty, so the one foundation that I have used for years now is the Infallible 24 Matte by L'Oreal Paris. This just tends to work for my skin. I don't know why. A lot of other foundations that I have used just haven't been good for me. Pop it on my face like that, and then I have my beauty blenders damp and ready. They actually need to probably be replaced soon. They're getting a little bit feral. So I use this one here, the pointy one, to spread out my foundation, and then I will use this angled one here to do my concealer. So I thought that I would touch base with you guys in regards to what's been going on. I know that I only have a very small following, but I do know that a lot of people take subscribers very seriously. I personally won't subscribe to people that don't upload often. So I just want to come on here and basically explain to you guys why I haven't been uploading. I think it's been about a month. I uploaded a video the other day. It was kind of like a vlog. It's something that I've wanted to do, but I don't really know if I'm interesting enough to do vlogs. So that was a little bit of like a taste test, I guess, to see how people react to it. I had quite a bit of positive feedback, so I think I might start focusing on doing a vlog like once a week or something. So the past month I have been incredibly unwell. Not only have I been unwell, Austin has been incredibly unwell. He is still not coping with the daycare. He's just getting all of the germs, and also it's winter. It's now spring, but it's still incredibly cold. So I'm hoping once it starts to warm up here in Brisbane that the sickness will just go away. So here's to hoping. I've been to emergency 3 times in the last probably 6 weeks. He's been diagnosed with croup twice this month, and he's had 1 bout of gastro, which for those of you who may not know what gastro is, it is where you vomit and poop uncontrollably and you're just so ill. The reason why I say that is because I actually came across a thread the other day on Twitter, and so many people didn't know what gastro was. So I'm not sure what it's called in other countries, but here it's gastro. Now the concealer that I love to use is the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. If it's going to focus. Wants to focus. It's this one here. All of these products are from Priceline, apart from probably the bronzer that I'm going to be using. All very affordable. I don't tend to spend a lot of money on makeup these days, so I just use what I know works for me. So I just go in quite a bit, like that. Now in regards to me not being well, I suffer from chronic fatigue, and it honestly has been under control for probably a good 4 years now. And the last time I had it was around the time my best friend passed away, and obviously my body just, I was so exhausted, I was sad, mourning. I had probably a few months where I was just so fatigued, but I haven't suffered from chronic fatigue that bad up until now. And the main reason why I think it has flared up again is because, one, I'm a mum. I'm not used to, you know, all of the hours of staying awake and teething and leaps and all the stuff that we go through as parents. I'm also back at work, so I'm a working mum, and not only am I back at work, I am a shift worker. So that has been something that has been very difficult for me to adjust to. I honestly didn't think that it would be hard. I've been doing a lot of overtime, a lot of late shifts, and I feel like that has just completely made me spiral down health-wise. And not only that, I'm missing out on a lot of time with my family, not being able to see Austin after work, you know, feed him dinner, give him a bath. I miss it. And it's great that Declan gets to have that bonding time with him, but I don't like missing out. So I've taken a few days off work, so I've basically just given my boss new availabilities, so there's going to be more time for me to just focus on me. I've been to doctors, I've been to specialists, and they honestly say everything's fine, like it's just something I just have to deal with. And that wasn't a good enough reason for me, so I decided to go and do acupuncture. I've had one session, and honestly, it's the best thing I've done, and I can't imagine what it's going to be like when I have more sessions. So she wants to see me once a week, so I'm actually seeing her again tomorrow. I'm probably... Does anyone else have like an asshole person in their street that just has like a loud car or a loud bike and they purposely like floor it? Probably take you guys along to that. The first session that I had, I did film it, but I felt incredibly sick. So I'm not sure how the footage turned out, but if you guys are interested in following that journey, make sure that you subscribe so you get alerted to all of those videos. The next step is the powder, which is the Australis Fresh and Flawless. Absolutely love this powder. I don't actually wear a lot of powder these days. I tend to just leave my face like this and then put the bronzer, highlighter and stuff. I find that this makes me feel very cakey, but today I'm just gonna do cakey. Okay, now that I am set, I'm just going to go in with my Hula Beauty. This is the only thing that you cannot get from Priceline. This I think I got from Maya, and I think from memory it was like $30. This has lasted years. I don't know if it's because I don't use it as much as I probably could, but I took it to Europe with me in 2016 and it's now 2018. I used the brush from the set. I find that this brush is fine. And on top of all of my chronic fatigue, working a lot of hours and all of that stuff, I also have PCOS. That's starting to get a lot worse now. Basically every doctor told me when I was pregnant with Austin that it would get better once I had a baby. It's gotten worse for me. I also have endometriosis. I don't know why my body has gotten worse since having Austin. I honestly have no idea, but I have told my acupuncturist that that is something that I want to focus on the most. So she is going to be focusing on my PCOS and my chronic fatigue, which I'm really excited for because I've heard really great things about the success rates. And this clinic that I go to actually specializes in women's health, like IVF, trying to conceive, PCOS, hormone imbalance. I'm really excited. They have some amazing success stories. I can't tell if I look really pale on film, but I really want you guys to know that I do not look like a ghost. So one thing that I've wanted to do for a while is change my diet. I don't eat that bad, but I am really bad at like binge eating, especially if I'm on a night shift. It's part of a night shift lifestyle. Everyone that I know that does night shift, whether they're a nurse, doctor, receptionist, administration, if they are in IT, it's really hard to have a routine when it comes to your diet. So I have decided to do the keto eating plan, meal plan. I don't call it a diet because honestly I think keto is just basically healthy eating. Like seriously, if you go online and look at what you can and can't eat, it's basically just healthy eating. So we are on day 3. So I've been documenting that as well. Again, if that's something you want to follow, make sure that you subscribe. And then I also go in with more of a warmer type of shade. This is just an old, what brand is it? Maybelline. It's an old one. And I just go in with that and I just go over very lightly. For those that have the double chins, this is a very great step. So that's basically why I've been, I guess, taking a backseat from YouTube for the past month, because I've really wanted to get my health in line. I have been feeling so fatigued, so lethargic. I'm not eating properly. I'm so unmotivated. I don't think I've exercised in at least 2 months. And for me, I love going for walks. And so that for me was like a very big warning sign as well. I took a pregnancy test because I was like, oh my God, like what if I'm pregnant? Because when I was pregnant with Austin, I was so tired. But this time it's actually worse. So it did concern me that maybe I was pregnant, but I'm not. I honestly thought I was. I'm super happy with how I look. I'm not ashamed of being a little bit more on the plus size of things, but I definitely feel unhealthy. I just feel it. I don't look it, but I feel it. And I think it's really important to put your mental health first and your health first, because I feel like a lot of us, especially if you're parents, you kind of put yourself last. And I've just been like that in general my whole life. Like even before I had Austin, I've always put myself last. So I decided that no, I need to put myself first, and then I'll be a better person, I'll be a better mum, a better partner. I'll actually want to do things to better myself as well. I might do my blush. So I have this Revlon blush. It's in Oh Baby Pink. This is a very, it doesn't want to focus, I'm sorry. I'll list everything down below, but this is a very, very light blush. I don't really like a lot of blushes, but I thought now that it's, you know, spring, I'll put some color in my cheek. So I just do that. It also has a slight shimmer to it. So if you don't like highlighting, or if you do highlight but you only highlight so it looks very like natural, this is probably a really good blush for that. Now the next step is highlighting. I'm just going to be using this sleek palette that I actually, this sleek palette that I got from Target. I just use these 2 shades here. If you can't tell, these ones up here are like a gel consistency, so I don't tend to use them much. I have used them on my lids, but I have hooded eyes, so it just doesn't look good for me. But I do recommend this palette if you can work with these types of products. This highlight is very, it's not like in your face. It can be if you want it to be. If you wanted it to be, I would recommend putting some spray on your brush just to make it stick more to your face, but I don't like that look of blinding people. So yeah, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was this whole Shane Dawson documentary series on Jake Paul. I feel like there's a lot of mixed reviews. It's very 50-50. I've only watched the first 3 parts. I think 4 and 5 are up next week. So I hope I'm not too early with the opinions that I already have. But in my opinion, I don't think that Jake Paul is a sociopath. I think that he is incredibly smart to be doing what he has done, but I think that he is incredibly immature. I also think that he has the wrong people around him. I'm not in saying that not everyone would be a bad influence. I mean, I don't know, everyone might be, but I do think that there are probably really level-headed people around him. It's just whether or not he listens to them, I don't know. But you can't deny that he's not smart. He has created this whole franchise, and I think it just hasn't been handled the right way. I knew of the polls. I don't watch their videos. It's not something that I find interesting. In my opinion, I used to watch Jackass back in the day, and I just think anyone else that tries to be like Jackass, I just don't find them entertaining. That's just me. But my brother and sister watch them occasionally. They aren't like big fans. But I knew from the get-go, like from the day that I like knew who they were, I knew that it was all staged. I knew that it was fake. I'm just interested to see more behind the scenes of what the people are actually like. I'm really interested to see if a lot of the things are true about how he was emotionally and verbally abusive. I think that's something that Shane will need to touch base on, and I'll be really disappointed if he doesn't. That's to the whole series kind of taking a turn, because Shane did mention that it was going to be about mental health, but then it kind of became about one person. I really hope that he touches base on mental health. I think it is so important to talk about mental health. It is something that has definitely been more in the media probably the past 18 months, and I think that's great. But I still think that there is this dark, gloomy cloud above the words mental health. I think people are scared to talk about it. I think people are closed-minded, don't believe in it. I personally have experience with depression, anxiety. I also have OCD. I have siblings that have disabilities that are the brain. It's a mental health, you know, condition. It's a chemical imbalance. So I understand. I'm very open to it. I've been raised to be open to it. But I think it's such an important thing what Shane is doing with this series, and I really hope that he does it justice. And I also hope that Shane handles this in a way that is, I don't know the word, I hope he deals with it in a way that is, I don't even know the word, but because the polls have such a small fan base, in a delicate way, because they have such a young fan base, I think it needs to be taken seriously, and people need to get the message across without hating on Shane just because Jake's involved. And I think that's what's so hard, is that people are either thinking that Shane is trying to talk about something that he isn't qualified in, which is fair enough, but the more people that talk about it, the better. Do I think that Shane's going to be protecting Jake Paul? No, I don't think so. I think Shane knows that this is a legitimate, serious issue that he is talking about. There's a lot of people out there, I don't want to say that they're sensitive, but there's a lot of people out there that might get triggered from this series. There's a lot of people out there that might self-diagnose, and I don't think that Shane wants that to happen. He's made it very obvious on Twitter that he really is just trying to, you know, dig deeper into the brain. With all of that said, I think it's really important that people talk about mental health. It's not something to be ashamed of. I also think that it's really important that people have an open mind. If you don't have anything positive to say, like, don't say it. But of course, we live in a day and age where everyone can have an opinion online. All I can say is just be careful what you say online, because you don't know if it's going to affect someone. Now, the last step for me are my eyelashes. Now, I normally have eyelash extensions. I've talked about this before. I have been very unwell, so I haven't had them infilled. So I have a few left in my lash line, but not many. So I'm just going to do a quick coat of the CoverGirl Full Lash Bloom. I got this from Priceline when it was like $7. I recommend it. I think it's great. I don't normally wear mascara, but this has served its purpose. So that is it, guys. That is my look for today. I hope that you enjoyed this little chit chat get ready with me. I didn't touch base on much of the Shane Dawson series just because it honestly isn't even halfway through yet, so I don't want to like say things too early. But this is it. I'm going to turn the ring light off because honestly I really hope this doesn't look like bad to you guys, but if you do enjoy these types of videos where I just sit down, do my makeup, chit chat, maybe even talk about current events, whether it's on YouTube or just the world in general, I would love to do something like that. If you would be interested in watching things like that, make sure that you comment below so that I know, and give this video a like. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure that you do so you get all of my future uploads. As I said, I'm going to be uploading my acupuncture journey, my health journey, my keto journey, my weight loss journey, and also all of my other updates, my vlogs. You'll see Austin and Declan, you'll see Pickles and Seth in my videos more often. I'm really excited now that I'm feeling a lot more better, a lot more clearer in my head. I'm really excited to jump back into filming and editing. I love it. It's my greatest, biggest passion. Now with that all said, I hope that you guys have a great day wherever you are, and I will see you next time.